在大阪オランダ王国総領事兼大阪・関西万博オランダ王国陳列区域代表マーク・カウパースさんです。よろしくお願いいたします。
皆様、こんにちは。在大阪オランダ総領事のマーク・カウパースでございます。よろしくお願いします。So let's see if the translation works. It's going to be complicated. But let's try. We're going to do with English as a presentation. And let's see if the translation works out. So I will talk a little bit slowly and hopefully clearly. Thank you all for joining today. So it's really an honor to be here at the beautiful Kindai University. And I think you are all very lucky to be a student here. It's a beautiful environment where you study. And one of the images that really struck me when arriving here was that place with all these bikes, hundreds and hundreds of bikes. So everybody's commuting by bike. And that strikes something with me because the Netherlands, we are a country with 18 million people and more than 25 million bikes. So more bikes than persons in the Netherlands, actually. So I feel at home here at Kindai University. So today I want to share with you our ideas for the Expo 2025 and also the inspiration that's there in Expo 2025. So the Expo is not only just a thing that costs a lot of money, takes half a year, and then after that it's gone. No, it can be a life changer. When I talk to people here in the Kansai region, and there are many people that went as a youth, as a youngster, as a child, or as a student to the Expo 1970. And they tell about their inspiration. That after visiting the Expo, they wanted to travel abroad. They wanted to go to the United States or to Europe. They wanted to become a technology innovation officer. They wanted to be an astronaut. So that kind of inspiration can be connected to Expo. And that's something that I really love about the whole concept of bringing the world together. So in this presentation, I will share a little bit about that inspiration, our inspiration, and we hope it's also your inspiration. So first of all, the Netherlands, Oranda. So I think many of the old people, of the old generations, they know about the Netherlands because we came here in 1600 with the first Dutch ship that landed in Uzuki in Kyushu, together with some Dutch sailors and also a famous Englishman, William Adams. And they were part of the history of Japan. So during more than 2 centuries, the Netherlands was the only window to the Western world in the period of Japan's self-isolation. So we have a strong relationship based in history together with Japan. But many people in the young generation, not everybody knows this. And they think, the Netherlands, somewhere near Denmark or Europe. So let's see, what's the Netherlands? So this is the Netherlands. We are not only tulips and the famous Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh and all these bikes, more than 25 million bikes, but we are also very internationally oriented. The Netherlands is a small country. So for us it's very important to be connected to many other countries because that's the way we can grow as a society. And we have been connected to Japan 424 years. So next year during the Expo we can celebrate 425 years of that relationship. And we are also very diverse and multicultural because we do business and we interact with so many other countries that we are open for other cultures and inviting them over to the Netherlands and traveling out ourselves. So that means also we are very collaborative and innovative because we cannot survive by ourselves. We need those interactions. And we think this goes for society as a whole. And yes, we love cheese. More than 17 kilos of cheese every year are eaten by Dutch people. And that's why we are so tall. So this is my team over here at the Consulate General in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And as you can see, very nice group of people that I love to work with. We are working on those Dutch priorities. So the priorities that we work on with Japan are on the energy transition, on life science and health, on agri-food and horticulture, and on high-tech and digitalization. And together, me and my team, we are working here to establish those connections and to deepen these bonds and relationships. And the way we look at Expo, that's not just a big event, one-off, 6 months, and then we close it down and move on. No, we think it's a platform. We think it's a way where we can leverage and deepen our relationship with Japan so we can make more progress together to find solutions for the big challenges of our time. So let me talk a little bit more about that. What are these challenges that I'm talking about? Oh, well, the film is not there, but let me let me talk about this. So basically, what we are talking about is that we see a world that's dealing with challenges that are truly global. So first thing that comes to mind for me is climate change, as we are living in a world that's dealing with the severe consequences of climate change. So we are talking about the weather that changes, we're talking about seasons that don't have the same order like we used to know before, and the Netherlands is suffering the consequences like every place all over the world. The Netherlands, for instance, is a country that is below sea level. 25% of our land area is below sea level. So if the sea level rises, we will suffer the consequences from that. And that goes for many places all over the world. So it's a danger to our crops, to our sustainability and our survival. So we think it's very important to look at the climate change and see it as a global challenge. Because we in the Netherlands, we cannot solve it alone. If we change our ways, it will not make a difference. If Japan moves forward on the energy transition, it will make a difference, but not enough to change the whole climate change. So we need to come together and to work together, because this is like a truly global challenge. So the energy transition can only be successful if we do it all together. And the same goes for instance, food insecurity. So if we talk about a growing population all over the world, we are very concerned about the fact, can we produce enough food for the whole world to survive? And a single country cannot do that alone. But if we all move together, maybe we can make a change. So the whole idea is, let's come together and bring your best ideas and innovations and solutions in order to make that difference. The whole world is dealing with the consequences of pandemics. I think you all, as students, also noticed what the impact of a pandemic can be. And suddenly you're there, alone on your room, following all those classes online, missing out the interaction and missing out the fun in your life and the meaningful interaction between people. And basically, if only one country would act, the pandemic could not be stopped. But if we all move together, then we can make a difference. So that's the whole idea. Let's come together on common ground, and that's the way we can make a difference. And the Netherlands, we have the vision to say, okay, let's put this common ground, this idea of coming together and solving global challenges together, and bring it to Expo. Because that's what an Expo is all about. The Expo is not just about selling more tickets or selling more products. I don't believe the real inspiration is not there. The Expo is also not there to say to you, oh, come visit the Netherlands. No. If you want to visit the Netherlands, perfect, nice. But the Expo, the true meaning of Expo is inspiration. What are the global challenges and how can we make a difference together? And especially inspiration for the next generation. Because I'm a middle-aged guy and probably I will survive, but how about my kids? How about your kids? How about the next generation? So the least we can do is to offer a platform where we can come together and find these solutions in order for the world to survive. So our idea in this, creating this pavilion, is to have a space where we can bring all these people together. All those people with different views and backgrounds and different ideas and beliefs, and have them together, in a place where we can offer common ground, an open-minded learning space where we can bring the best specialists, the best minds, the best ideas, and offer them the inspiration to share innovations. So let's see how a pavilion of ours will look like in this respect.
There's an energy we all share, an energy to innovate, to imagine new ways, to overcome challenges together. This energy is built on common ground. On common ground, we can share the things we know, find solutions together to our global challenges. By uniting our energy, expertise, and ideas, we can work together towards a sustainable and resilient future. A future powered by energy that is clean, unlimited, and accessible for all. A new dawn. At Expo 2025, the Netherlands invites you onto common ground, an open meeting space where we can explore new ideas, empower collaborations, and innovate together to create a new dawn through innovation, design, and circular concepts. Let's create a new dawn together on common ground.
So this is our pavilion, and I'm looking so much forward to see it in real life. Currently, we have started the construction. We are on schedule, and we expect it to be very beautiful. I am, like every couple of weeks, I am on the Expo site in Yumeshima, and I must tell you that ring, the wooden ring we were talking about, 2 kilometers, if you walk on top of it, it is so beautiful. It's such a work of art and inspiration. If you are there, you can feel the emotion that's connected to the meaning of a ring that connects everybody. And we are very proud to be part of this Expo and very happy. So if you look at our pavilion, you can see that there are some elements in it that look familiar. So in the facade, this is the facade, you can see that there are waves. So that means it is reflecting water. And there's a sun, a man-made sun, coming out of the water, like a new dawn. That's the inspiration for the next generation. And if you are on top of the ring and you look down on the pavilion, you can see a rectangular place with a circle in the middle. And that's reflecting also the Japanese flag. And the diameter of the sun, the man-made sun, is 11 meters. And that's the same as the Tower of the Sun, the face of the Tower of the Sun of the Expo 1970. So we feel very connected and inspired by the Expo as a community and the Expo that was organized here, especially in Japan. So let me re-emphasize that global challenges, we think collaboration is key. Talking about climate change, social inequalities, and medical threats, we should come together and learn together. So let me tell a little bit about how we take on those SDGs. For instance, when we talk about life sciences and health, one of the concerns that we have, especially in an aging society, is that there are many sicknesses and diseases that are chronic. You cannot cure them. And we think that that's a mission impossible that should be made possible. And here in the Netherlands and Japan, we are both working on ideas on how to make the impossible possible. How can we cure people with chronic diseases? For instance, heart diseases or diabetes. And we are working on regenerative medicine. And basically with regenerative medicine, you use the power, the strengths of the own body the cells to regenerate life and cure incurable diseases. And we bring partners from the Netherlands over here to Japan to partner up with the strong science and technology that's already here in Japan. So basically what we say is we should partner up in order to find those breakthrough solutions for our aging societies and cure incurable threats. For instance, on the energy transition, which is so super important, we should talk together on the importance of offshore wind, on solar energy, and especially also on hydrogen, but also use the strengths of nature. So for instance, what we are working on is Dutch technology and to bring it to Japan, to share it with Japan. And we call this aquifer thermal energy storage. And what this basically means is that if you look underground, there are aquifers, wells with water. And that water has a certain temperature. And the cool water you can use during summertime to cool your building. And you use it in your system to cool the building and then bring the ground back to the water. In wintertime, you use the hot water out of the earth, bring it up, use it to improve the heat in your building, and then lower it back to the earth. Those kind of systems are really advanced technology from the Netherlands, and we have shared this over the last years also with Osaka. And I'm happy to say also that part of the Expo venue is also, this system will be used. And that's interesting because the CO2 emissions, the carbon dioxide emissions, will be lowered by 60% if you use this kind of air conditioning. And also the heat island effect will be less, with over 95%. So that's an interesting example of how, by sharing technology, we can all learn and benefit. And the same goes for diversity and inclusion. We think it's very important to be part of a world where we embrace the differences between people, where we enjoy the fact that it's nice that we have different cultures, different backgrounds, but we have a shared future. So meeting with different people and embracing the differences, for us that's a key element of the way life can be. And for all of you here, there's such a beautiful opportunity from April 13 next year to go out there to Yumeshima and feel and really experience what it is to be together with 160 countries. So many different peoples with different background. And that's really a learning experience. So for us, it means that the Netherlands Pavilion is really an open meeting space. We will have a beautiful visitors experience where many of the daily visitors will be amazed with the storyline that we will present to you. It will be really also fun to visit the Netherlands Pavilion. But we will also offer a meeting space where we hope we'll host seminars and meetings and exhibitions for many professional stakeholders in Japan, like professors from university, or scientists, or people from the business community, or from government, because we think we need to bring our best game to Osaka, our best scientists, our best people, the policymakers, and we want them to team up with the people here in Japan, with their counterparts, because only together we can solve those global challenges on common ground. So let me close by saying, Minasama, Oranda no Pavilion, Kitea.